All right, welcome to AC Flora in Forest Acres, South Carolina. This is Myrtle Beach at AC Flora. How's it going, Alex?
It's hot.
It is really hot.
Well, it's
looking forward to the ball of fire going down.
Ladies and gentlemen, Falcon fans,
I need to go down a lot sooner, like a lot sooner.
And welcome your Falcon. At second base, number 7, Roper Winsky.
That's where I went.
Center fielder, number 18, Charlie Scott. The catcher, number 21, Tyler Hernandez. Left fielder, number 2, Rex Best. Designated hitter, number 15, Zach C. On the mound, number 22, Sam McCutcheon. Shortstop, number 1, Jack Chetwood. Right fielder, number 16, Paul Choate. Third baseman, number 32, Monty Lafitte. And at first base, number 11, Harris River.
All right, if you didn't catch that, we'll run through it real quick yet again. On the mound, it's our ace, Sam McCutcheon, going in this winner-go-home game. Behind the dish, Tyler Hernandez. Harris donning first. Over at second, our favorite second baseman, Roper Wensky. Shortstop's Jack Chetwood. Third base is Monty Lafitte. Left is Rents Best. Center is Charlie Scott. And right is Paul Choate. For the visiting Seahawks, we'll run through their order very quickly. Batting first, Gibson Goodrow. Second, Addison Gordon. Third is Jacob Edwards. Pitching tonight here for the Seahawks, Andy Wells is the cleanup. Julian Neagles batting fifth. Tanner Gaddy batting sixth. John Kelly in the 7-hole. Rick Hasey, in the 8-hole. And Julio Delfin. I am getting myself ready with the heat just blaring right at my face from right field. So
only up from here, guys.
Only up from here. Well, for the Falcon fans who didn't want to know this stat, unfortunately I'm going to have to say it. Falcons lost their first ever first-round game since 2006. That's 18 years. And, well, the story of Monday's game, not a good one. We left 13 people on base, 7 in scoring position. You add 1 to both of those stats if you want to count that last inning where we had the last out of the game happen at home. It wasn't a terrible day for the Falcons via the hitting in the long ball. Tyler Hernandez mashed his first run of his high school career. And the Falcons actually hit 9 times. So again, wasn't as bad as the stat sheet may look. It was just the pitching was the one that fell through as Tyler Hernandez and Hank Collins had outings they wished they could have back. But the Falcons lose 4-8 in game 1. Well, these Seahawks, they got Lucy Beckham, and well, unfortunately for Myrtle Beach, it was a rough night as they got, I think it was 1 hit against the Bengals. Well, it's a lefty at the dish, first plate, swinging strike 1 for the fastball. It's 6:58. We are underway in this winner-go-home game. For joining us from the Low State, welcome to the Midlands. It is Falcons versus Seahawks. Seagulls. Another swinging strike, up and away, strike 2. Already on my F game, not my A game already. We're rocking with McCutcheon on the mound, the righty, ahead 0-2. He'll come home, the pitch, swinging strike 3. Well, McCutcheon wasting no time. 3 straight fastballs for 3 straight strikes and a 1 away. Well, the Falcons on the mound, they send their ace out, making his 8th start of the season, donning a 1.71 ERA over 32 2/3 innings. It's Sam McCutcheon, the young sophomore. He'll get this Myrtle Beach lineup that's had an up and down season, but they are winners of 2 of their last 5. Well, next up is Addison Gordon, who watches a 1 just off the plate for ball 1. It's righty on a righty here. Myrtle Beach in the last 3 games, they've lost twice to Lotta and once to Lucy Beckham. That one is hit high, popped in the air, foul to the right side, going toward the Falcon dugout, long play, and eventually the first baseman can't make it. That's Harris Rivers, who came all the way into the entrance of the dugout before realizing where he was. Well, in the Midlands, the sun is going to set right over that right field side, so if one's hit over there, you and along with me can't really see it. So we'll be doing our best to call everything. However, we'll have to see how much balls are hit. The hitting has been up and down for both these squads. Again, Myrtle Beach trying to rally back after a rough showing against the against the Bengals. Falcons looking to continue what's been hot at the dish. The curveball right there for strike number 2. That one broke right across the heart of the plate. And McCutcheon's ahead 1-2 here against Gordon. Well, Addison Gordon, one of the seniors here on this squad, went 0 for 3 with a strikeout against the Bengals. 1-2 coming home as an overthrown fastball high for ball 2. Falcons now coming in after the loss are now 13-11. Myrtle Beach, I'm pretty sure I got this right, so if you're from the Low Country, excuse me, because I wasn't able to see what the preseason tournament games were, which I don't count those, so I took all the games off in February, so that means they stand in at 11-10. The 2-2 coming home right down Broadway. Strike 3 looking. Gordon watched it. And McCutcheon has back-to-back strikeouts to begin this game.
Now batting, number 8, Jacob Edwards.
Well, bring up Jacob Edwards. He's the right-handed third baseman now coming in. Edwards, one of the hotter hitters on this team, hitting .364 this season, .500 on base percentage. Righty on righty, fastballs up and away for ball 1. Didn't miss by much, though, from the tall right-handed flamethrower. Edwards leads these Seahawks in multiple categories. That includes batting average, on-base percentage, and RBIs. He also is very patient at the plate, 12 walks compared to his 12 strikeouts. The 1-0 curveball's right down Broadway for strike 1, and it's 1-1 here with 2 gone. First frame here, Seahawks and Falcons in a must-win game, win or go home here in game 2 of the playoffs. The 1-1 coming home, the pitch just a little low for ball 2. That was a fastball just around the knees of Edwards. It was a good eye, though, from the third baseman. So it's a very tactical decision for AC Florida. Put their ace on the mound. The Falcons are using their ace in hopes that he can pitch next week if they make it that far. 2-1 from him's fouled back right into the netting. He'll take an off-speed pitch inside there against Edwards. So Jeff and I were talking who was going to go today, and we were talking between Sparky and Sam, and the kind of rules to the blunt of it. If the Falcons, we were the 2 seed in this side, so if you want to make it to next week, you have to have your ace, and that ace can't go Monday if he goes Friday. The curveball is way away in the other batter's box. That's going to be a full count here with 2 gone. The Seahawks are throwing big Andy Wells over there, who's actually on deck right now. He has the best ERA for Myrtle Beach, so tough task for our Falcons as well as these Seahawks. Full count, 2 gone. Coming home from McCutcheon, the fastball tipped into the glove, strike 3. McCutcheon strikes out the side, and the Falcons get some pitching to go early. It will be scoreless going to the bottom of the first. We'll see if the offense can continue where they left off. Welcome back to Falcon Field. It's the bottom of the first inning here in this win or go home game. Quickly for the Seahawks will rock around the diamond. On the mound, Andy Wells. Behind the dish, Gibson Goodrow. First, John Kelly. Second, Julian Eagles. Short, Addison Gordon. At third, Jacob Edwards. Julio Delphin. I don't know why I keep saying Julio. Julio Delphin in left. David Kelly in center. And Tanner Gaddy in right. It's a first pitch strike on the outside part of the dish in this right-handed showdown for AC Flora. It's Roper Wensky at the dish and Andy Wells on the mound. The right-hander comes home, and the off-speed is barreled but fouled on the left field line. So Andy Wells, he's been more of a reliever. He's only making his third start of the year here for Myrtle Beach. However, so far this year, he dons a 2.06 ERA, which is the best on this Seahawks squad. The 0-2 is golfed into left field. Shell in left field. The shortstop Gordon going back, and that's going to be a collision in left field with Delphin. Did they make the catch? Yeah, they did. Nice play there from Gordon. However, I think head coach Tim Christie would have liked a little more, just a little more communication there. However, out one works.
Charlie Scott.
Well, after a 4-for-5 outing, Roper Wensky flies out to begin the game here for AC Flora. Well, now come up will be Charlie Scott, the 2-hole for AC Flora. He's been getting the start in center field as of late. Another right-handed showdown here to begin this one. The 0-0 is just a little inside for ball one. Didn't miss by much from the big Andy Wells. Well, it's 1-0 here. Wells comes home that pitch. I think it hit Charlie. Yeah, it did on the left elbow of him. Looks to be all right. He'll jog to first. So Charlie is aboard. Now bring up Tyler Hernandez, who was one of the lone bright spots for AC Flora in the loss. Tyler 1 for 2 with a homer and 3 RBIs as well as 3 walks. So Tyler was pretty good at the plate, but he only came around and scored 1 of those 4 runs, as we said. Left a lot on the base pass. First pitch to the lefty is outside. It's ball 1, and Wells is behind. That sun's still coming down over the right field fence, so it's right in the eyes of pretty much every hitter, especially Hernandez, who's kind of having it on the back. The 1-0 is golfed, and that one's down the left field line. It'll be down for extra bases. It's going to go into the corner. Wrong run for Delphin. They're going to keep Charlie Scott at third, but a 1-out double for Tyler Hernandez, and the Falcons have something brewing here in the first. It was inside-out hitting from the catcher Hernandez, but he was able to take it down the left field line, and the Falcons, as I said, are going to continue where they left off. Over the last 5 games, they're hitting .341. That was actually increased in the loss against York. They were hitting about .320 going into that game.
Tyler catching tonight?
Yeah, Tyler is catching tonight, and Evan Smith, who is actually committed to Spartanburg Methodist College, will be pitch running. Evan's been out of the lineup the last couple of weeks, but we'll see how much the Falcons use their talented center fielder. Well, it's the right-handed left fielder, Lentz Best. He now squares to bunt. That first pitch is down to the right side of Wells, and that will be a successful suicide squeeze. Wells will flip it to first for out number 1 as Kelly covers, but Lentz Best, the beautiful bunt, gets the RBI, and the Falcons jump ahead 1-0.
Next, number 15, designated hitter.
So the left-handed DH will come in now, Zach Sneed. The Falcons pulled off the suicide squeeze to perfection with their talented left fielder, and now it's Sneed here with 2 gone in the top or the bottom of the first. Jeez, and we're moving up. It's a C game, but we're still getting there. Righty on lefty, first pitch hit softly to the right side. It's going to be the first baseman John Kelly who steps on the bag for out number 3. So a 1-out double and a suicide squeeze gets a Falcon home. It's a 1-0 lead here for AC Flora in this winner-go-home game. Sam McCutcheon will come back as we're going to the second.
number 37, Andy Wells.
It's top 2 here in the Midlands. Welcome back to Falcon Field. After a 1-out double from Tyler Hernandez, Rince Best, geez, pulled off the suicide squeeze to perfection, and the Falcons have the 1-0 lead. McCutcheon will come back to the mound after a 3-up, 3-down inning after there's 3 strikeouts. He'll dig in, and it's Andy Wells who launches one inside. It's 1-0 here in this right-handed versus right-handed matchup. Well, Andy's on the mound here for the Seahawks. He's trying to get something going at the dish. He foul tips that one into the mask of the umpire. It's 1-1, hopefully. Seems to be all right. Looks like it was an off-speed from McCutcheon that Wells just got under, and it went right into the face mask of the home plate blue. So in this inning, it's 4, 5, and 6-2 up for the Seahawks. They're trying to move on in this playoff, and it's been something they've been very successful at under head coach Tim Christie. He's going to be all right. Nice round of applause here from the fans, the home plate umpire. But Tim Christie and the Myrtle Beach Seahawks, they made the playoffs every year as he's been the head coach. He's in his 6th season here at Myrtle Beach. It's 1-1 the count here in this righty versus righty. McCutcheon, he'll wind. He'll deal home the 1-1 fastballs right down Broadway. Maybe a touch outside for strike 2. Jace. Can't have any of these going. It's 1-2 now. McCutcheon wastes no time. He'll come home with it. The fastball's low, though, for ball 2. So in a game that implements both teams, well, the winner of this game, right now North Myrtle Beach is beating May River 5-1, meaning the winner of this will probably be facing May River, barring some turnaround in the low country. The 2-2 is a little low, and now it's going to be a full count here from McCutcheon. Well, at the dish, Andy Wells, he's not known for drawing his walks. Only has 5, however. He's watched 2 miss the zone, and now it's 3-2 here. Falcons in there all blue. McCutcheon with the right arm sleeve will come home. The full count, foul tipped in the glove, strike 3. Make that strikeout number 4 for McCutcheon. And he has come out firing here in a game that the Falcons have to win. So now it'll be the right-handed second baseman, Julian Eagles. Julian had one of the couple hits against Lucy Beckham. He was 1 for 3 with a strikeout. He now digs in for the first time against McCutcheon. The first pitch off speed is high, ball 1. Eagles the righting, now hitting 241. Jeez, I continue to make some blunders. He does have 11 strikeouts with 5 walks. The 1-0 is now going to be hit foul high in the air down the right field line. McCutcheon trying to get even with a fastball, and Eagles put it foul. So for those in the low country who have yet to see McCutcheon, McCutcheon is one of these pitchers that throws a lot of heat, but his off speed is just as filthy. Almost like a puppet master. 1-1 is way high, ball 2. That was above the head of Eagles, and he watched it go. So if you're in the distance, the Falcon soccer team is playing against May River actually over there. And they could be playing on Friday in the baseball diamond, but soccer team trying to make a path into the playoffs and trying to make a deep run. They have yet to lose a game this year. 2-1 coming home. Fastball right down Broadway. Strike 2. Nice pitch from McCutcheon. Again, he leaning on that fastball early, but it's working as the May River Seahawks really, oh my gosh. Myrtle Beach Seahawks can't catch up to it. I'm thinking of May River. 2-2 the count. McCutcheon comes home. The curveball is high and inside against an Eagles ball 3. I got his name right, so I'll take that.
You finished your college classes, you think you can just turn off your brain?
That's the point, yeah. So I am officially going to graduate. I have passed all of my classes, 3 A's and 1 B+. So we'll move to graduate Saturday, and then hopefully we'll be back here on Monday for a playoff game. Who knows? Make the hour-and-a-half drive from Greenville, South Carolina. The full count coming home. The pitch. I think it hit Eagles actually on the hand. Yeah, it did. He's going to go down to first, but he's kind of holding that hand a little, kind of grimacing a little bit. It's somewhere with the arm, that definitely not left side. I'm not sure where, but he's definitely in some pain. So it looks like there's not much move there from the Seahawk dugout, so they're going to keep Niegels in the game. Glad he's all right. So McCutcheon allows his first base runner of his outing with a hit by pitch. He'll get another lefty as Tanner Gaddy will step in. Gaddy is starting in right field today, and well, so far he's having an up and down season, hitting 5 for 32. However, what's way more impressive is on-base percentage. Gets on base almost 45% of the time.
5 for 32 and he's on base 40.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Jeez.
Third baseman comes in, the pitch, swinging strike one. A fastball is blown by Gaddy on the outside part of the zone from the righty. It's now 0-1. Looks like Gaddy was swinging all the way as he'd yet to put a ball in play against Sam. Now McCutcheon will work out of the stretch for the first time. He'll make a pickoff move, and looks to be Niegels sliding back in safely. Niegels has stolen 6 bases this year. We'll see how much he tries to go, or how aggressive he is, rather, with simply how dominant McCutcheon's been. Through his first 4 batters, he struck out all 4. The only reason Niegels is aboard right now is because he got hit. The 0-1 coming home, that pitch, swinging strike 2. Looks like a changeup that got by Gaddy. Looks like he was sitting on the fastball in the change-up game. I could say that for a change-up, a change-up.
Oh, man.
But a change-up goes by Gaddy. It's strike 2. 0-2-1 gone, McCutcheon. He'll come set. And he'll fire home the pitch. Swinging strike 3. All of them right down the middle, belt high. And Gaddy couldn't find any pitch that he could connect with. That's strikeout numero 5 already in this game. And McCutcheon has 2 gone through the second. Well, I'll make John Kelly the 7th batter to see McCutcheon here. The right-handed first baseman will dig in here, and we'll see if he can find any success against McCutcheon, who has yet to have any contact go into the field of play here this evening. It's top 2. Falcons lead 1-0. Righty on righty, McCutcheon comes home. The fastball is just a touch inside. Against Kelly, it's 1-0. John Kelly is getting his first cracks here in the postseason. He was 2 for 16 here for the Seahawks. 1-0. Runner goes. The pitch. Curveball. High. Ball 1. The throw goes in the center field. Scott, though, a nice backup. Will keep Niegels at second. It was a good pitch for Niegels to run on. He got a great jump. It was an off-speed, and Hernandez, who's usually a very good catcher, especially at gunning people down, puts one to the other side of the bag, meaning Chetwood had to come across his body to try to get it, and it goes in the center. So a stolen base for Niegels, the first runner into scoring position here for the Seahawks. And at the dish, Kelly ahead 2-0 here with 2 gone in the top of the second. A lot of 2s. Chetwood going behind Niegels at second. McCutcheon will ignore it and go home. The 2-1 inside again, ball 3, and it seems like McCutcheon can't find the inside part of that zone. Every umpire here on the high school level is a bit different of a zone, and McCutcheon right now, he's finding it on the outside more, but the inside here against Kelly has not been his friend. Now, after a long pause, McCutcheon will step off the rubber. It looked like Chetwood, the shortstop, was coming behind second to maybe try to pick off Niegels, but Niegels read it like a book and got back without much of a hassle. So we'll return to action here at the plate. 3-0 the count, 2 gone in the top of the second. AC Flora leading Myrtle Beach 1-0. McCutcheon will fire home. That fastball's right down the middle. Strike 1. Kelly did not have the green light, it seems, as McCutcheon used his patented fastball to get strike 1. Well, after Kelly on deck, it's Rick Hussey, if it gets that far. Three-and-one runner at second. McCutcheon, he'll fire home. Another fastball's blown by Kelly, and he battles back. It's now a full count here. Sun setting over the right field wall, almost behind the trees. But right now here at Falcon Field, it's a full count with 2 gone, top 2. That tying run here for the Seahawks on second. McCutcheon, the right-hander, will come set. Kelly, the right-hander, at the plate. He'll take one inside for ball 4. Didn't miss by much, but it missed by enough to draw a walk.
Now batting number 7, Rick Hussey.
So McCutcheon continues his trend of not letting anyone get a ball into the field of play. There's now been 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 hit by pitch here so far in McCutcheon's outing. Well, Rick Hussey, or Hussey, right? Yeah, Hussey. I think the BA announcer's throwing me off a little bit, but it's all right. We'll be all right. We'll step in. It's righty on righty here with 2 down. Runners now on first and second. McCutcheon, you'll come home. The pitch, fastball right down Broadway, strike 1. Well, McCutcheon now, he came into the night with 41 strikeouts. He already has totaled 5 here through the first 7 batters, meaning he's now up to 47. It's an impressive outing for McCutcheon, and he's totaling right around 6 strikeouts per outing. The 0-1 from the right-hander is in the other batter's box. It'll be ball 1 as the runners have to scamper back as Hernandez popped up quickly. Hernandez behind the dish, one of the best catching prospects in that sophomore class here in the state. He's the 3rd best catcher here in the class of 2026. I'd expect that right around that, what that tag would, to only increase, as he's been great here for AC Flora. McCutcheon on the mound will now step off and look Neagles back at second, who's been on his mind. Neagles, he stole second off of a nice jump and a curveball from McCutcheon. He hasn't looked like he's going to be overly aggressive and take third. However, he's still kind of in the back of McCutcheon's mind. Neagles, that was stolen base number 7 for him, and he represents the tying run here early in this contest. McCutcheon, he'll come home with the 1-1. The curveball is high, ball 2. Well, the last time we saw McCutcheon was against Greenville. He pitched all 7 innings, and he struck out 7. However, in that 7, he was really locating that curveball very well, getting the Red Raiders to swing over it. However, so far this evening, he's yet to locate that curveball. We'll see if he starts to go away from it or keeps that as part of his arsenal. The 2-1 swing, strike 2. It looks like a changeup right there on the outside part of the zone. Hussey couldn't find the bat, and now it's 2-2. Falcons lead at 1-0 here, top of the second. 2-2 the count, 2 gone. Runners at first and second. McCutcheon versus Hussey. Hussey now golfs that one in the center, but it's right at Charlie Scott. It's dropping fast, and Scott will come on and make the play for out number 3. Looked like it was going to be more of a line, but looked like the rope kind of got pulled back here, and Charlie makes out number 3. Well, McCutcheon lets the first ball go into play, but he strikes out 2, and the Falcons still lead at 1-0. We're going to go to the bottom of the second. Welcome back to Falcon Field. Bottom 2 incoming. The Falcons snagged that 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. We'll see if they can increase that. It's going to be 6, 7, and 8 as the right-handed shortstop Jack Chetwood will step into the box. Andy Wells, the right-hander, will return to action on the bump. Again, he's more of a reliever, but he's making his 3rd start here for the Seahawks, yet to get into the loss column here for Myrtle Beach so far this season. First pitch from Wells. Chetwood going to try to drag bunt, but it's going to go by for strike one. Chetwood, we've seen him do that this year. However, he couldn't find the barrel, and Wells gets a nice strike one there. Well, Chetwood is finding his groove back at the dish as the 0-1 is behind Chetwood. Looked like an off-speed broke behind him. Monday, Jack went 1 for 3. And again, he's been finding it. 3 hits over his last couple of games. I think it's 3 hits over his last around 3-4 games-ish. So starting to get it back at the dish. 1-1 coming home, and that one's chopped foul on the left field line. That sun is oh so close from getting behind the trees, but right now it's still blazing in. Most of the field is in shade, except for that third base side. Edwards is in that ray of light. We'll see if one's hitting over there if it matters. The 1-2 coming home. The off-speed is outside against the righty, and it's going to be 2-2. Well, Chetwood at the dish. He's very reliable, hitting 16 RBIs for AC Flora. However, he does not have a chance here unless he puts his first homer of his high school career over. The 2-2 hits Chetwood. Looks like the off-speed broke into him in a way. They're going to award him first. Such a weird play. It looked like Chetwood was going to swing the bat and then tried to kind of move his body to get out of the way, but he couldn't do it. He'll take first via the hit by pitch, though. Wells looked a little upset. I think he was trying to argue that Chetwood may have moved in, but I think it hit Chetwood on the part where he actually moved out of the plate, and they're going to go check on him over at first.
Yeah, I mean, his upper body turned to swing, but his legs didn't move in. It hit him in the lower half.
Yeah, so.
Hurt.
Now, umpires will award that sometimes. However, that was not one of those times that I felt it was necessary to give that. Now, there 100% are sometimes. I mean,
yeah,
you see at the major league levels and especially the high school level sometimes. However, I don't think he really leaned into it there. Well, Chetwood will stand over at first. He's one of the best stolen base threats here for AC Flora. And Paul Choate will dig into the plate. Paul's been in the lineup, hitting .500 over his last 5 games. First pitch, Chetwood goes outside, ball 1. The throw down to second's a high throw and allows Chetwood to slide in. It was a good throw from Goodrow from behind the dish. I bet Chetwood would have been thrown out. Instead, he swipes bag number 10 on the year, and the Falcons have another runner in scoring position against the Seahawks. Well, Choate, the right-hander, watched one outside for ball 1. It's a 1-0 count here from the right-hander on the mound. He'll come home now. He's showing bunt. That pitch will be fouled into the home plate. And Chetwood has to go back to second. Well, Paul's been getting into the lineup more and more as the season's gone on. He's been sort of a mainstay here in these last 3 weeks. He's hitting .307 here for AC Flora. And he's been ever so hot. We'll see if he can continue it here against the Seahawks. Andy Wells will pick it off. 1-1 goes into center field. But it looked like Chetwood didn't read it enough to get over to third as David Kelly with this backup in center field. Now the shortstop, Gordon, a little shaken up. It took him a second to get up. It looked like Wells kind of fooled his shortstop and did one of the McCutcheon-esque things right there where he went behind Gordon, who tried to twist and turn his body to catch the ball, but wasn't able to grab it. So it's 1-1 here. We'll return to action. 1-0 lead in the bottom of the second. Paul showing bunt. That one's outside for ball 2. Looks like a breaking ball. Maybe Wells got a little spooked from the bunt attempt, but either way, it's 2-1. Falcons have that insurance run over at second. Choate going to try to bring him in. The 2-1, he shows bunt again. Now that ball is bunted foul, and Paul's going to have to swing the bat. 2-2 the count. Nobody gone here in the bottom of the first. On deck, Monty Lafitte, the third baseman. And then in the hole is Harris Rivers, the first baseman, before the lineup turns over. Paul, even it's 2-2, he's showing bunt. Wells will come home. That bunt is pumped right back up, and the first baseman, no, he runs into Wells, the pitcher, Kelly. No one covers first, and Paul Choate goes to first. That will be definitely ruled as an error, and miscommunication now affects Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, I'd count that an error. Even my dad would force that to be called an error.
That one is an error. That was a weird one. It looked like it was the first baseman's ball the whole way. John Kelly, who crashed in over Andy Wells. The pitcher thought it was his ball. They ran into each other, and Paul Choate will reach on an error. So even though Jack Chetwood stays at second, there's nobody gone here in the bottom of the first. And Monty Lafitte will step into the box. It's righty on righty here again. Again, that shortstop Gordon behind Chetwood. Now Lafitte will show bunt. That's a nice one down the third base line, but it just rolls foul. Lafitte straightened that out. He may have gotten a first on that bunt. It was gorgeous. However, did go foul, so it's 0-1. Well, if you're here tuning in on baseball and want to get a split screen open, go jump in the action. The soccer team, again, over to the right of us is playing May River, but it's a rough start here. They're trailing 4-1. It's 0-1, the pitch coming home. Now it's a bunt right back to the first baseman, Kelly, who crashed. He'll throw it to first, who covers his Neagles. And a sacrifice bunt works for Monty Lafitte as the Falcons have 2 runners in scoring position.
Now batting number 11, Harris Rivers.
Well, the tall first baseman, Harris Rivers, will dig in. Harris is one of the other players here for the Falcons who's been joining that lineup as of late. Infield is in for the Seahawks as there's runners at second and third with 1 out in the bottom of the first. Falcons are up 1-0, but with the way McCutcheon's pitching, Myrtle Beach doesn't want to surrender anymore. Righty on righty, Wells comes home. The fastball is outside, ball 1.
Yeah, so for the people watching at home, I'm holding off on switching to the outfield camera right now because it's in that awkward time where it's overexposing because the sun's lighting up a little bit above us.
Yeah, it's
so it's really dark.
It's a weird sun kind of weird thing. 1-0 is fouled back over the net, and it'll be 1-1. It's a very weird thing as the sun's almost gone. The field's almost all in shade now except for the corner of my right eye who's getting all the sun. So unfortunately I'm not with the people, but I understand where you're coming from. The 1-1, now Harris shows bunt. That bunt down right back to the pitcher, Wells. Another suicide squeeze. Wells has to make the play at first as Neagles covers. So 2 suicide squeezes work to perfection, and AC Flora is now leading 2-1, 2-0.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 7, Roper
So 2
Winsky.
away now in the bottom of the second. The Falcons have the 2-0 lead as now Myrtle Beach will play their infield back. And Roper Wensky, who's got to be loving life having a runner in scoring position, finally the leadoff. That comes home and it's found right back into the net. It's going to be 0-1 in this right-handed showdown. So Roper began the game with a fly out to left. That was the first of 2 miscommunications. That one didn't cost the Seahawks as it found the glove of the shortstop, Gordon. Roper has the highest batting average here in AC Flora. Doesn't get many chances to hit people home. It's 1-0, and that ball hit hard. The second baseman, Neagles, he'll play it back on the hop, and he'll fire to first, and it is in time for out number 3. So the Falcons get another run on the suicide squeeze, and they lead it 2-0 here in this win-or-go-home game. We'll head to the third here against at Falcon Field. Here we go. It's winner go home at Falcon Field. We'll head to the top of the third. The right-handed Sam McCutcheon will return on the mound. He's been great so far for AC Flora, barring a hit by pitch and a walk. But he'll come back up and see if he can do it again. He gets 9-1 and 2 here for the Seahawks. Leading it off with the right fielder, Julio Delphin. He now shows bunt. That bunt is actually hit over everything, and it'll be strike one. Looked like both the first and third baseman were crashing for AC Flora. Well, it's the sun. That big ball of heat is finally behind the right field tree, so field's completely in shade. It's 0-1, and that bunt's now right back to the pitcher, McCutcheon. He'll come off. He'll have to fire quickly. The throw to first in time for out number one. It's a good attempt from Delphin, however, he wasn't able to beat the throw out, and there's one away.
Yeah, good job by Sam not rushing it too much, you know.
It was a great play from McCutcheon. And also, I want to highlight Harris Rivers at first base, who was crashing in. Quickly, we were able to go back and cover first. That's not an easy read for the first baseman, but McCutcheon made a nice play. Well, the left-handed leadoff hitter, Gibson Goodrow, will step back in. The first pitch is right down Broadway, strike one from the righty. So Gibson started the string of strikeouts. He was the first victim from McCutcheon here. It's righty versus lefty, 1-0. The pitch coming home, that ball hit left side, base hit. And the Seahawks are on the hit column. It's an opposite field single for Goodrow, and he'll stand in at first. Well, Addison Gordon, who's actually just warming up in the bullpen for the Seahawks. We'll see if he comes into this game in the third, but the right-handed shortstop will dig in here against the right-hander on the mound. Now he has a runner at first. Gordon was the only one of the 5 strikeout victims for McCutcheon to go down looking. Now McCutcheon will throw back to first, though, before he deals home, as Goodrow slides back in. And Gibson Goodrow, I mean, I keep saying and, but this kid loves to steal. 16 stolen bags for Goodrow. He may be going first pitch. Now another pickoff attempt. He may have got him leading, but just a little late on the pickoff attempt from McCutcheon as Goodrow slides back in. He's getting a pretty hefty lead over there, so again, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes first or second pitch. May not go first because it could be a pitch out from McCutcheon, but you got to imagine he'll be going while Gordon's at the dish. One away here in the top of the third. 2-0 lead for AC Flora. Runner at first. McCutcheon will come home. Goodrow doesn't go. The fastball's low and away for ball one. And Gordon watched it go. Third baseman Lafitte on the infield grass. McCutcheon, he'll come set on the mound. Now he'll throw and got Goodrow, but it goes away from Harris Rivers. He read it right, and Goodrow will round second. He'll go to third. Roper Wensky actually trying to throw it over, but it's way late. And Gibson Goodrow breathes a sigh of relief as McCutcheon had him at first. Goodrow took off, however, it's a bad pickoff attempt, and Seahawks have a runner at third for the first time this evening. The first hit of the game could come back and bite McCutcheon. The count is 1-0, 1 out. However, McCutcheon didn't allow any of these next 3 people to get on base. We'll see if he could do it through the second time in the order. Gordon has 6 RBIs so far this year. Trying to get back into this game for the Seahawks. The 1-0 will come home. Swinging strike, 1. High heat. And Gordon couldn't find it. Well, Gordon is the 10th ranked shortstop prospect here in the state of South Carolina for the 2024 class. He's the highest shortstop to not be committed to a college. The 1-1 is fouled back into the netting from McCutcheon. And McCutcheon's ahead now 1-2 with 1 gone. On deck is Jacob Edwards, one of the best hitters for the Seahawks. Gordon wants to give him a chance to knot the game up. The count 1-2. The right-hander will come home. The pitch is fouled over the netting. A spoiling affair from Gordon, who just got a piece of that high fastball. McCutcheon ready and waiting on the bump. Gordon will step into the right-handed box. Sun's behind the trees. We're in full shade here in Forest Acres. It's 1-2, 1 gone. McCutcheon fires home. The off-speed's taken in the left field, and that's going to be it down. Yeah, it is in left field. Rentz Best was in left center, and now nice throw from Rentz, keeping the runner at first, but an RBI single from Gordon, and Myrtle Beach fires back. Well, Rentz Best, the left fielder, was shaded in the left center gap, so when that ball was hit to straightaway left, a long run from Best wasn't enough to catch up to it. And the Seahawks have cut the lead in half. Well, McCutcheon has now allowed 2 hits in this game from back-to-back players. Now we'll see if Jacob Edwards can make it a trifecta. 1 gone. Over at first, Gordon getting a pretty big lead. He doesn't go, though. First pitch to the righty is inside for ball 1. Edwards back in the first, went down swinging. Looks like the Falcons may have scored a goal there, and they're trying to keep their playoff hopes alive, well, their playoff run alive, rather. It's 1-0, 1 gone, 2-1 lead now for AC Flora. McCutcheon will throw back to first. Not in time as Gordon slides back in safely. Gordon, he's not one to attempt too many stolen bases this year, but he does have 3 bags swiped on the season. He has been thrown out once, and behind the plate, Tyler Hernandez giving a good ball to throw. It's very likely to make a nice throw to second. Just depends on can Gordon beat it out. 1-0, 1 gone. McCutcheon will come home. The pitch, swinging strike 1. Foul back into the face mask of the catcher Hernandez. I didn't even think he got a bat on it, but Edwards was able to tip it just enough to make sure Hernandez couldn't catch it. And we'll do the 1-1. Falcons soccer team has about 36 minutes left. Try to keep their playoff run alive. They trail 2-4. Falcons up here on the diamond 2-1. 1 1 gone. McCutcheon now picks over to first. Got Gordon leading, but it's not enough to pick him off as he slides back in safely. A very delayed reaction there from Gordon, but he was able to get his hand in before Harris Rivers swiped the tag, so he'll stay at first. He currently represents the tying run in this game. 1-1. Now he'll go. The pitch home. High ball 1. The throw down to second. Not in time. And a nice read from Gordon. He'll take second, as that was ball 2. So the Seahawks, after a rough first go-around of the order here against Sam McCutcheon, they only tallied 2 runners on with a walk and a hit by pitch. Now through the second time of the order, are starting to see the Falcons ace a little better. Back-to-back singles, and the tying run now is over at second. Here is the Falcons lead 2-1. Jacob Edwards, he'll step back in. Righty on righty. This kid, 18 RBIs, a team high. Number 19, the tying run, standing at second. McCutcheon will come home. The curveball. Got him looking. Strike 2, low in the zone. Nice pitch from McCutcheon. He's had trouble locating that curveball, but when he needs it most, he finally found it. He'll knock the count back at 2. McCutcheon comes on the 2-2. Got him looking. Strike 3. Inside fastball. Low in the zone, and Edwards doesn't like it. It's McCutcheon's 6th strikeout here in the night. And there's a path out of the inning for AC Flora, but it runs through the big pitcher, Andy Wells.
37, Andy Wells.
Wells was the 4th strikeout victim McCutcheon was able to grab. He went down swinging back in the second. Wells has a chance to drive home his 5th RBI of the season. He'll have to do so with 2 gone here in the top of the 3rd. The off speed hits the dirt for the first time this evening, and it's 1-0. It's a great pitch from McCutcheon, though. That one even fooled me for a second. Alrighty, alrighty. Falcons and the Powder Blues with the red cap. May River with the grayish pants with the yellow jerseys. That one's flied back foul. It's a good showing here from the Seahawk faithful, making the drive up from the low country here. What is that, Jeff? Around 3-4 hours of driving?
From Myrtle?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 hours, 3.5.
I think it's probably longer on the bus. The 1-1 fastball, strike 2. He fooled Wells. I'm not sure what Andy was sitting on, but it definitely wasn't fastball. This was a weak attempt at a hit. Now it's 1-2 here. McCutcheon 1 strike away from getting out of the jam. One and two gone. Top 3, 1-run lead for AC Flora. McCutcheon, he'll fire home the pitch. Swinging, strike 3. McCutcheon has 7 Ks. However, off of 2 hits, he lets a run come home, and the Seahawks cut the lead in half. 2-1 lead for AC Flora going to the bottom of the 3rd. Here we go, bottom of the 3rd at Falcon Field. Myrtle Beach was able to cut the lead in half after an RBI single from Addison Gordon. Now the Falcons will look to respond here as Andy Wells, the right-hander, will come back for more. Well, Wells will get 2, 3, and 4 here in this inning as the right-hander steps in. It's Charlie Scott. First pitch, hard hit to the left side. The third baseman on a glove. Edwards able to snag it, throws it the first for out number 1. One pitch, 1 out for Wells, and Tyler Hernandez will step back in. Hernandez is the only Falcon hit so far this evening. He doubled to left field. The left-hander will dig in, and we'll see how Wells attacks him this time. The right-hander will come home the pitch. The off-speed catches the outside part of the zone for strike 1. Well, they warmed Addison Gordon up. However, Gordon is sitting over at shortstop, so no real kind of indication if he'll come in. That's foul tip back after looked like a changeup was thrown, so it's 0-2 here against Hernandez. It's a win or go home game for both squads. Both AC Flora and Myrtle Beach lost their opening round. Falcons lead it 2-1. The pitch outside, ball 1. Falcons haven't really been able to I mean, I would say get one to the out. Well, there's only been one to the outfield. They've actually gotten their runs off of 2 suicide squeezes, an RBI single from Myrtle Beach. Gave them their 1 run. The 1-2 is fouled back from Hernandez, and that one gets just past the bleachers here in Forest Acres. So Wells has been working out of the stretch pretty much the whole night. He continues to do so right here. It's 1-2. He'll come home. That pitch is sliced foul, and that will find the forestry here in Forest Acres. It'll be 1-2 yet again. Falcons on the soccer field still trail at 2-4. Right here, the pitch comes home. The fastball inside, looking strike 3. Hernandez watched it go. It's the first strikeout for Wells, and there's 2 away in the 3rd.
Now batting number 2, Rents Best.
So Rents Best will step back in. This is where Rents thrives. One of the only Falcon that was on the 2021 state championship team. He digs in now. First pitch from the right-hander is low. Looked like an off-speed pitch for ball 1. So Rents has an RBI in this game. It was off the sac bunt. Back to the pitcher in the first. He'll swing the bat for real for the first time this evening. The 1-0 comes home. Just catches the inside part against the right-hander. It's strike 1. Wells, after the strikeout of Hernandez, he has 21 so far this year. It's a 1-1 count. It comes on the off speed, catches the outside part of the zone, strike 2. One and 2 now. 2 gone, bottom 3. Falcons lead it by 1. Rents Best at the dish against Andy Wells. The 1-2 is high for ball 2. So 2-2. Wells will come set. He'll wheel, he'll deal home the pitch. Hard hit into left field, going over Delphin. Now going back toward the warning track where he makes the play for out 3. Rents gives it a ride. However, Delphin tracks it down near the wall, and the Falcons get turned away in the 3rd. 2-1 lead here for AC Flora. McCutcheon will come back out for the 4th. Falcons looking to continue the lead.
Number 4, Julian Eagles.
Oh, here we go. We're moving towards the halfway point in this game. It's a 2-1 lead here for AC Flora, but the last inning was a... Sorry, I'm like listening over to the soccer team trying to see if they scored again. Last inning was the Myrtle Beach game, the goal that tied it up. Falcons, during the break, actually scored a goal on a PK. So now they trail by 1. It's a 2-1 lead here. McCutcheon comes back on the mound. First pitch, swing, strike 1. Eagles, who was one of the couple base runners here for the Seahawks, swings through 1. It's strike 1. And Eagles reached after he was hit by a full count fastball. The 0-1 right down Broadway. Maybe a touch outside, but strike 2. McCutcheon making sure that doesn't happen again. He's ahead 0-2.
Do we have another PK? No.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Or is it? It's direct outside the box.
I think so. 0-2 coming home. It's just spoiled. A fastball in the outside part of the zone. Goes back into the net. Jeff and I think are both intensely watching the soccer game as well as the baseball game. My commentary, you know, I'm like looking back between the two. 0-2 here. McCutcheon with the right arm sleeve. We'll fire that home. It's a high hit ball left side, but it will get out of play. Just out of play. Jeff and I can hear all the cheering over there. We're hoping it's good cheering and not bad cheering. Falcon soccer team is yet to lose a game this year, including a very great comeback against Ridgeview. They were down 2 goals going to halftime. They'd be better here. They were down 3. The shot just blocked. The rebound. Wow, that's some great goal work. Oh, that one just missed there. Falcon faithful not happy. It's going to be 1-2 here.
Yeah, I need to decrease the latency on Brandon's stream. Make it more real time.
Well, you can figure it out in the off season, Jeff.
Yeah.
Well, 1-2, righty on righty. McCutcheon comes home, swinging strike 3, outside edge, change up. The puppet master back at work. This time it's via the fastball, and he has 8 so far this outing. I mean, McCutcheon has been what the Falcons have needed on the mound. It'll be Tanner Gaddy coming back up. Gaddy is one of now the 8 strikeout victims that McCutcheon has been able to rack up. He went down swinging. He's a lefty. First pitch to him. Fastball outside, ball 1. And yet again, the right-hander Addison Gordon starts warming up in the bullpen, as you may have heard a loud crack. It's 1-0, 1 gone. McCutcheon comes home, the pitch, swinging strike 1. A fastball on the outside edge. Catches Gaddy, and that's where McCutcheon's been living. That fastball is starting to really find its mark. That's good, right? I'm hoping. 1-1 coming home, fastball fouled back. It's 1-2. I can't tell if that's away cheering or.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, it's away cheering. That's what I figured. I wasn't a very big fan. That's a goal, I'm assuming. Yeah, they got it. Falcons trailing by 2 after a breakaway goal from May River. 1-2 coming home. The off speed just missed outside. Looked like maybe a slider from McCutcheon, or maybe that split finger fastball that he's starting to break out. Makes the count 2-2 here against McCutcheon. And now Gaddy will call time in the box. He'll step out. Gaddy again likes getting on base, however, he is vulnerable via the strikeout. He now has 17 this year. The 2-2 is just spoiled back. That was off the hands over the net. It'll be 2-2 still. Now Gaddy steps back in. Falcons lead it here 2-1 in the top of the 4th. 1 gone. McCutcheon. You'll wind, you'll deal home the pitch. Shot spoiled again. Hits a tree, and now actually towards some Myrtle Beach fans. Luckily, didn't hit anybody. Some great accuracy from Gaddy. Unfortunately, almost took a fan out, but all's well that ends well, right, Jeff?
Yeah, that's right. Oh.
It's 2-2, 1 gone. McCutcheon. He'll wheel, deal home the pitch, off speed. Got him looking, strike 3. The strings are out. And they're attached to the ball as McCutcheon has strikeout number 9 here tonight. There's 2 gone. I mean,
What'd you call him, the puppet master?
yeah.
That's nice.
Up next, number 6.
Yeah, Monty's dad really liked that one.
Yeah.
After the game against Greenville, he's like, that was great. I love it. I was like, so sorry, Sam. I may have to start using that a little more with you, just because. I mean, he is controlling that ball, it feels like. So the right-handed Kelly will step in. He watches the fastball get the low part of the zone for strike 1. Kelly reached via the walk, but he was left stranded at first back in that 2nd inning. It's righty on righty here, and he's behind 0-1. McCutcheon will come home. The pitch, fastball, catches the zone. Strike 2 on the outside edge. McCutcheon looking for double-digit strikeouts. He's 0-2, 1 pitch away. McCutcheon wastes no time. He'll come home. The pitch, fastball just outside. Ball one. Good eye from Kelly. So seeing how far Sam's come, Sam only pitched 5 innings last year for AC Flora. He's pitched over 45 now after this inning. Incredible. 1-2. Coming home. The fastball lowered away. Ball 2. That one was nowhere close. McCutcheon, I remember actually seeing him back at game last year. It was one of my first games I worked, and I was like, this kid's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
And Jeff was like, yeah, I think it was against Westwood. And Jeff was like, yeah, he doesn't really pitch much. And now he's become our ace here after both Grant Loggins and Davis Rivers and Charles Flake all left. And again, he's been pretty great for AC Flora. The 2-2 now coming home. The fastball is high, and Kelly, able to lay off 3 straight pitches, has worked it back full. 3-2 now, full count, top of the 4th. McCutcheon. He'll come home, the pitch, right down Broadway, strike 3. McCutcheon has 10 strikeouts. He struck out the side, and the Falcons keep the 1-run lead. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th here at Falcon Field. Well, we're halfway through this contest. Falcons have the 2-1 lead, and they come up here in the bottom of the 4th, trying to extend it. It's going to be 5, 6, and 7 after Andy Wells got a 3-up, 3-down inning, but he is now in the dugout as they bring on Addison Gordon. These Seahawks do. Gordon, a right-hander, making his 8th appearance here for Myrtle Beach. First pitch from him. Fastball catches the outside part of the zone. Strike 1 here against the left-handed DH. Well, Sneed is trying to find it at the plate. He grounded out to the first baseman back in the 1st, and then off speed stays outside. It's ball 1. So there's some interesting changes. Well, a lot of more changes, which makes more writing for me. The catcher, Gibson Goodrow, he's now over at short, meeting Garrett Mays, who is being the catcher. He's going to play behind the dish. That allows Addison Gordon to come to the mound. The 1-1 is low. It's ball 2. Righty on lefty Gordon comes into this game with a 3.11 ERA with 19 strikeouts. It's 2-1. The pitch is high. It's ball 3. Gordon has 18 innings of work so far this season, yet to lose a game. However, Zach Sneed is up 3-1, and the Walk King from last year would love to draw another one here. 3-1 coming home. The fastball inside, caught looking, strike 2. Nice pitch from Gordon. Full count here, bottom of the fourth. The pitch is spoiled back into the forestry. It's going to be 3-2 yet again. Snead's been slowly creeping that average up. He went 1 for 3 in the loss against York. He almost had a homer earlier this year. It was a fly out to the warning track. Zach still battling back from this ACL. Is looking to get a hit here. The full count coming home is fouled to the left side, and it tails out of play. In this inning for AC Flora, it's 5, 6, and 7. Snead, Chetwood, and Choate. Myrtle Beach trying to get to play on Friday. Most likely be playing May River. Full count coming home. The off speed catches the outside part of the zone. Strike 3 looking. Great pitch from Gordon, who paints the corners yellow and green for strikeout number 1.
Number 1, Jack Chetwood.
So that's also the final line for Andy Wells is in. He pitched 3 innings, 2 earned runs off of 1 hit, 1 strikeout, and 2 hit by pitches. Well, Chetwood will come back to the dish. The right-handed shortstop came around and scored after he got hit. First pitch to him, the fastball is low for ball 1. It's righty versus righty here, and Chetwood again came home in that suicide squeeze back in the second. That was off of the bat of Harris Rivers. The 1-0 comes home. That one's skied, but it's going to go foul down the left field line and out of play. Well, the differences between these two teams, the Seahawks only pitched 1 pitcher in their loss back on Monday. That was their ace, Bullock. Bullock, after the game against Lucy Beckham, has a 3.04 ERA. He's not in the lineup here this evening. The 1-1 skips in for ball 2. Meanwhile, on the other hand, the Falcons pitched 3 pitchers. They pitched Tyler Hernandez to start. He wasn't able to really find his best stuff. Neither was Hank Collins, who had a rougher outing than we're used to, even though it was only 2 earned runs. Then Rentz and Monty Lafitte finished it off. Falcons used 4 pitchers in the loss. 3-1 now as that fastball is low and away. So just like the last batter, Gordon falls behind 3-1 here, this time with 1 out. He's working out of the stretch, and now he'll come home. The pitch hits the outside part of the zone, the outside of the other side of the batter's box. Sheesh. Moving up in the game, it's my B game now, but still not A game. But it's a 5-pitch walk for Chetwood. So Paul Choate, who reached on an error back in the second, he'll dig in for his second go-around.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 16, Paul Choate.
Well, Choate was trying to lay down a sacrifice bunt, and he did so successfully, but it wasn't the way he thought he was going to. He actually popped it up, and the first baseman and pitcher collided. The fastball's in there for strike 1 as hits the outside part of the zone against the righty. It's 0-1 now. And bottom of the fourth, it's a 2-1 lead for AC Flora. Falcons have a runner on first. 0-1 here from Gordon. He'll come home. The pitch. That's chopped over the left field line. It will just go foul. Not by much, though. Would have been a tough play for Edwards to make as he was trying to round that ball. He fielded it in foul territory, so the Falcons will get another crack.
Yeah, he had to think about that. He made the right decision, though.
He took his time over there. He was trying to. I think he was doing like mental math in his head. He's like, do I catch this here? Do I? Is this a foul, or do I have to throw it over, or what do I do? So, well, either way, it's 0-2 here against Choate. Gordon comes home, swinging strike 3. A fastball outside. Catches Choate off guard. Second strikeout of his outing, and there's 2 away.
Now batting number 32, Monty Lafitte.
So Monty Lafitte has laid 1 of the 3 sacrifice bunts in this game from AC Flora. He'll get his first chance now to swing the bat here against the right-handed Gordon, who struck out 2 and walked 1. It's righty on righty here as Gordon comes home. The fastball was way outside for ball 1. Nice slide from the new catcher, Mays. Mays is a freshman playing behind the dish here for the Seahawks. He's been pretty much platooning with Goodrow behind the dish. Now he comes in as Gordon dons the bump. 1-1 coming home. Another pitch around the same spot in the other batter's box. Lafitte weighs off, and Gordon falls behind 2-0. Monty Lafitte's been one of these sophomores that's really found the lineup here pretty much for the second half of the season. Monty came in around the time of the Forest Acres Classic, our spring break tournament. He's been hitting pretty well for a sophomore who's starting to play more. He's hitting .233 with 7 ribbies. Also been giving the Falcons some great innings on the bump. Pickoff attempt, Gordon throws it over, but Chetwood doesn't give him much to think about as he slides back in with ease. On deck, if it gets that far for AC Flora, is the first baseman 9-hole hitter, Harris Rivers. Right now it's 2-0 here. Coming home, Gordon throws a fastball. That one catches the outside part of the zone, strike one. Seems like Gordon's finding his happy place in the outside part of the zone. After missing 2 in the other batter's box, he finally catches the zone. 2-1 the count. Addison comes home. That one's high. Now it's 3-1. Well, that ball squirts away from the pitcher, but goes right to the shortstop Goodrow, who will flip it over to his pitcher. Quick couple shout-outs here from some AC Flora. I've told Jeff I'll do it later in the game. Cullen Mass was a unanimous all-region selection. And I want to say...
All-region player of the year.
All-region player of the year, yeah. There it is. See, I knew it was something. All-region player of the year. And then Presley Reynolds was an all-state selection off of our softball team. The 3-1 is a fastball right down Broadway, and we'll fill her up. But yeah, couple shout-outs. I think Jordan Nostrand, if I'm pronouncing that name correctly, she was selected as a North-South game for softball as well. So, a quick shout-out for a couple athletics here in AC Flora. 3-2, runner goes. That pitch is fouled, and we'll do it again. And then soccer also had some high remarks when it comes to the all-region team. J.C. Blackwelder, Finn Porter, and Shep Huggins were all region selections for the soccer team. That one's softly fouled back. That was a 3-2. We'll do it one more time.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Smith Templeton doesn't get all-region goalie when we went undefeated in the region.
I just work here. Well, 3-2. 2 gone. Bottom 4. Runner goes to pitch, fouled back, and Lafitte, 3 straight fouls, is staying alive here against Gordon. Lafitte's not one to get rung up or walked too many times. He only has 5 strikeouts and 5 walks so far this year. He'll step back in as it's still 3-2 with 2 gone. Chetwood still over at first. He'll go. The pitch home. Fastball right down Broadway, going into center. Kelly moving back toward the wall. He has a read, and he'll make the play just shy of the warning track. Lafitte drove that one to center, but a tale of the Falcons season feels like it goes right at a certain player, and that one happened to be the center fielder. So we'll move into the back half of this game. Falcons lead it 2-1. Welcome back here to Falcon Field, and a new pitcher is on the mound for AC Flora. It's Luke Shalcom. Sam McCutcheon, and an interesting move from Coach Hallett, trying to save Sam's arm for what they'd hope to be a Monday game. Now, obviously, you got to win this game and win the next one. But he's going to take Sam off the bump, who has been nothing short of brilliant today for AC Flora. He struck out the last 5 batters. The right-hander Luke Shalcom will come in. The first pitch, swinging strike one, is Rick Hussey. Swings through a low pitch in the zone. Will the right-hander for AC Flora make his 9th appearance of the season? He'll throw one home. That ball is softly hit to the second baseman. Roper Wensky coming on. He'll have to field it back on a hop, and it's going to hit away from Roper. It bounced on the grass and took a tough hop away from Wensky. So an infield single will do its job, and it is rolled to the hit, and Hussey goes on first. That's tough for Luke Shalcom on the bump, who's taken over for a great outing from McCutcheon. That ball was no part on Roper or Shalcom. It was just a bloop hit that worked. So the tying run over at first for Myrtle Beach. In the 9-hole, Julio Delfin will step in. Julio grounded out. He tried to bunt back to the pitcher and didn't work. He now squares around again. That's low and away, ball 1. But a nice glove from Hernandez will keep Hussey at first. Hussey has 7 stolen bases. He's not one to be shy to go. However, when what looks to be a sacrifice bunt here from Julio, we'll see if the Falcons react appropriately. Third base is in, 1-0. He shows bunt, that one down the first baseline, but it will go foul as Rivers fields it. So the last time we saw Shalcom, he gave up no earned runs against Greenville over 2 innings. He did have the bases loaded, but he was able to get out of it, and he has a 1.61 ERA over his 13 innings. Luke has been one of the go-to men out of the pen for AC Flora. He's going to try to keep it that way. 1-1, Delfin showing bunt again. That one low, ball 2. That one didn't miss by much, and Shalcom thought he had strike 2. So the junior Luke Shalcom didn't pitch much last year, but he's been such one of these great players that has been grown into that role like McCutcheon on the mound. 2-1, shown bunt. That one hits the dirt for ball 3. And Luke's going to have to throw a strike now, and Delfin's ahead 3-1. There's nobody gone, top of the 5th. McCutcheon went 4 innings, striking out 10, only allowing 1 run to come across. It's now over to Shalcom. The 3-1 coming home, the off-speed, strike 2, looking on the outside part of the plate. Delfin doesn't like it, but it's a full count here against the 9-hole. The young 8th grader, he digs in at the plate. It's righty on righty, full count pitch. Shalcom, he'll come set. He'll come home, the pitch, foul back into the glove, and we'll do it one more time. Hernandez couldn't hold on. It's also going to spring the end probably of the soccer team, as they're going to fall after their 16-0-2 season. Will most likely come to an end here with a loss against May River. Nothing to hold your heads down, boys, but obviously not the way they wanted to end it. Full count, Delfin comes around, that pitch is low, ball 4. And Shalcom can't find the zone. Delfin takes first off the walk. And there is some trouble brewing here. So after a bloop single and a walk, Luke Shalcom has runners at first and second in the top of the order. He's up here for the Seahawks. Right as Tyler Hernandez, the catcher, comes out to talk to Shalcom. Looks like Coach Howell's going to come talk to his pitcher, and he's going to call the whole infield in now. So we may take a break here, as don't want to get stream get monetized, or at least throw some background music on. But
we'll just mute it. We'll be back.
All right. Welcome back to Falcon Field, and there's trouble a brewing here for AC Flora. Luke Shalcombe was coming to the game here and to begin the 5th inning and is now allowed a 1 bloop hit. That wasn't his fault, but now a walk. He gets the top of the order, the left-handed Gibson Goodrow, before Shalcombe will look back the runner at second. So Goodrow, he singled and came around to score the only Seahawk run back in the 3rd after he technically got to second off of an error throw from the pitcher McCutcheon. He also struck out swinging to Sam. He was one of the 10 strikeout victims. It's a win or go home game. The winner will most likely play May River on Friday. Falcons looking to try to avoid being swept out of the playoffs here, something that would be shocking to all Falcon fans. Luke comes home, that pitch, great bunt down the 3rd base line, gonna be trouble. He'll field it, fire to fake the fire to first, and the bases are loaded, nobody out. Goodrow bunted for a hit down the 3rd base line, and it worked. No one for AC Flora was ready for it, and the Falcons now are in trouble. Bases are loaded, nobody out. The Falcons are ahead by 1, and the heart of the Seahawk order is up. Addison Gordon, he'll step in. The new pitcher here for Myrtle Beach. Get out of his inning, and now Luke Shalcombe, the new pitcher for AC Flora, is going to have to do the same. It's righty on righty here. Gordon has 6 RBIs, and he'll step out of the box. Gordon, as of late, has been one of the hottest hitters here for the Seahawks. 5 for his last 16 coming into today. He's yet to record an RBI, though, in those 16. He has a couple standing on base for him. Shalcombe will come home. The first pitch is hit high in the air to the right side. Going back to second baseman Wesley, coming in the right fielder. Looks to be, that's Charlie Scott in right. He'll make the play in a not deep enough to be a sac fly at a big first out for Luke Shalcombe. Shalcombe's one of those slow starters, but AC Flora now needs him to lock in as the infield will go back to double play depth. Also a quick fielding change as Evan Smith came in for the Falcons. He's playing center, which will move Charlie Scott over to right. Still corners in, Harris Rivers and Monty Lafitte both on the infield grass as Jacob Edwards will step in. Edwards has been the best Seahawk hitter here this season. However, he struck out twice so far this evening. Righty on righty, Shalcombe comes home, swinging strike 1. Looked like a changeup from the man on the mound. Fools Edwards. So Edwards was the hottest hitter for this team and his hottest hitter coming in. He's 8 for his last 14 coming into today. With 8, yes, you heard that right, 8 RBIs for the Seahawks in those last 5 games. Right now there's a quick mound visit after Tyler Hernandez, the catcher, will come up and talk to his pitcher. Again, if Coach Hallett comes out, the Falcons will have to make a move, which would be very surprising considering Luke Shalcombe is one of their go-to relievers. It would be really weird to take him out here after 1 out.
Yeah, I mean, it's bases loaded, but it's that weird little bloop right behind the pitcher's mound.
Yep, a
walk and then a good bunt.
That was a great bunt.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that the pitcher has not really done anything wrong, but the bases are loaded. It's just better, I guess, I'd say hitting, but it's like one of those things. It's just a weird kind of situation here for Shalcombe. Well, Edwards will step back in. He's behind 0-1. There's 1 gone, top of the 5th. The bases are juiced. Shalcombe looking to navigate out of trouble as Edwards steps back in right as Shalcombe comes set. Well, he'll step back in, righty on righty. May River, you can hear in the distance, is very happy. It's 0-1 with 1 out. Shalcombe now showing bunt, but Shalcombe goes to 3rd smartly. Shalcombe didn't make a move home, so it's not a balk. As Edwards came around, the Falcons have sacrificed squeezed twice, and it's worked both times. We've seen Edwards maybe try that, but Shalcombe thought better of it. And now a quick, interesting quick kind of flip. The shortstop Chetwood is now coming to the 3rd base side. They like him running on that bunt rather than Lafitte, who will now slide over to short. They did that last time as well, but I didn't really catch it. The 0-1 will be come home. The pitch hard over to short. Chetwood grabs it. He'll come home with it. The throw in time for out number 2. Jack Chetwood, the young sophomore makes what could be come back to be the biggest play of the Falcons fielding today. It's out number 2, and AC Flora is 1 out away from getting out of this game.
Inning.
Now batting number 12,
Huh?
Garrett Mays.
Oh, yeah, well,
Get
you know
me out of
what
this
you know what I mean. Either way, a big play.
Yeah, that was huge.
And now the new hitter here, Garrett Mays, who came into the game here for Wells, excuse me, back in the inning before. Well, now time is called by the man at the dish. Luke Shonkum is not one to really rush. We saw him in the same situation against Greenville, and he was very slow. And he struck out that last batter. He may do the same here with Mays. It's righty on righty. Shonkum comes home. The first pitch is high. Ball 1 up around the letters. Well, Garrett Mays, as I said, he's been platooning with Goodrow behind the dish this year. He gets his first cracks at Shonkum and the first cracks in this game. Only has 2 hits and 24 plate appearances so far, but he has 4 RBIs over those 2 hits. He's ahead 1-0. Shonkum will come home the pitch. Swinging strike 1, then off speed. Hit the dirt, but Mays got fooled along with everybody else here. The count is back to even. It's 1-1 here with 2 gone. Luke Shonkum loaded the bases off of a bloop single, a walk, and a bunt single. He's trying to get out of it. It's 1-1. Shonkum, the righty, comes home. That one's fouled back into the net. And Luke is 1 pitch away now. What would it be if Luke Shonkum could find his way to trouble here? Myrtle Beach has been 1 hit away from taking the lead of this game. The Falcons lead at 2-1 here, but Luke Shonkum is fighting back, and he's trying to do one more, maybe a ground out, a strikeout, or a pop, anything to get out of the jam. Now a timeout yet called yet again by Garrett Mays. And Shonkum is in no rush on the mound. He never is. Now he'll come set as the freshman digs back in. It's 1-2. Shonkum comes home. The off speed. That one did not miss by much, but apparently it missed inside. It's ball 2. Had to be inside, right?
It was a good pitch.
That's what I thought.
I mean, Tyler was set up outside, so it looked like he missed the mark, but it was still in the strike zone.
That's what it looked like around the inner half of the zone, but either way, 2-2 now. Shonkum, clear in mind, comes home, is spoiled back over the net, and we'll do it one more time. Mays, defensive swing, and it works. Garrett Mays coming into today is 1 for his last 8 over the last 5 games. Trying to make it 2 for 9. And a couple RBIs to give the Seahawks a lead in a win-or-go-home game for both sides. Shonkum has not made any motion. Now he comes set on the mound. Bases juice. Shonkum comes home. The curveball. No way. That one missed again.
Wow.
Wow. Looked like 2 pitches that could have been called a strike that would have gotten Shonkum out of the inning. Instead, go the way of the Seahawks and now fill her up. 3-2. 2 outs, and Shonkum will step off. Mays steps out. Well, Mays is now 1 pitch away from at least walking home the tying run. It's nice 90 feet away at third. Shonkum will come set one more time. 3-2, coming home. The pitch is spoiled back into the net. We'll do it again. Both sides rallying support. It's been what a roller coaster of an inning for, again, both sides. Fans trying to rally Shonkum on. He'll come set. Full count, coming home, runners go. Swinging strike 3! The Goon finds his way out of a bases loaded jam with nobody out. After 2 pitches looked like it could have ended the inning earlier, Shonkum gets a strike 3 swinging, and the Falcons get out of it. They still lead it 2-1 going to the bottom of the 5th.
Rivers.
Well, Falcon fans take a deep sigh of relief. Luke Shalcom, after the bases were loaded and nobody out, gets a shallow pop out to right, a ground out for the third baseman that came home and got the out, and a swinging strikeout gets him out of the jam. And the Falcons retain the 2-1 lead, and we'll see if they can improve on it. First pitch from Gordon is a fastball outside, ball one. It's the right-handed Harris Rivers who steps into the dish. He has an RBI off the suicide squeeze back in the second. Well, it was a wild ride in the fifth for both sides, I think, but AC Flora continues to hold the lead here, and the 1-0 is outside for ball two, and it seems like the strike zone may have been condensed a little bit going to the fifth. Well, Myrtle Beach, after what they thought could have been maybe even taking the lead or not, just kind of maybe even blowing it open. The next pitch is right down Broadway, strike a one. I mean, you've got to think bases loaded, nobody out. You're looking to do damage, and a lot of it, but how do they now go into the mindset of we're still trailing 1-2, and now we have to go on the mound and in the field again. That pitch is low, ball three is a fastball, and now it's 3-1. For this inning, here for AC Flora, it's 9-1-2. Rivers, Wensky, Scott. Here's 9-hole, ahead 3-1. Gordon comes home, the fastball catches the outside part of the zone, strike two. And I think Jeff's laugh kind of tells you the whole story of kind of what just happened.
Catcher could have strained a muscle reaching for that one.
Full count coming home, swinging strike three. Well, I mean, I has to be consistent, and
Well,
that was a
yeah. So basically, there's nothing on the inside part of the plate, and
apparently.
the outside part of the plate's about 8 inches wide of the plate.
Well, I guess third time go around. We'll see how it goes. Roper Wensky, after his 4-for-5 performance on Monday's 0-for-2 tonight. The slider stays inside against the right-handed second baseman, and it's 1-0. So Roper's been, I mean, consistently the best player at the plate here for AC Flora, and it might not be close. He's almost hitting 400 and gets on base 47% of the time. The 1-0 is fouled just over the net as the mad scramble for the ball here at Falcon Field is made. It's been a wild ride here for AC Flora all season. They're trying to continue their playoff run here on to Friday. The 1-1 coming home. That ball has a nice launch angled over to the left side, but a long run for Delphin. He runs over into foul territory, and he can't make the plays. He runs into the fence. Looks like he's all right. Almost just stayed in the field of play, but Delphin was trying to make it out number two. Instead, it's now 1-2 here, and Roper Wensky will walk back to home plate. At one time when Roper was hitting third in the lineup, he had the RBI lead. He now trails Chetwood by 2. Again, for him, there's nobody on base. It's 1-2. Coming home, Gordon throws one. That ball slicing down the right field line, but it will find the out-of-play mark. It's a nice defensive swing from Wensky. Went opposite field with that one and was able to put the barrel on and keep alive in this AB. So Gordon's trying to figure out what he has to do to get Wensky out. After 3 straight fouls, Wensky's keeping himself in this count. It's 1-2. Gordon, the righty, comes home. The fastball's way outside in the left-handed batter's box. They'll move to 2-2. So Andy Wells, a starter here for Myrtle Beach, is not on the field anymore. He gave him 3 innings with only 2 runs. Now Gordon trying to continue that and keep this game at a 1-run deficit for the Seahawks. 2-2, coming home, the off-speed, taken into left center field. That may be gapped. Wrong one for Kelly in the left center field. He can't get there. Wensky will be around first for extra bases as that one trickles to the wall. He'll jog into second with a 1-out double, and he has his first hit of the evening. The center fielder, Kelly, had a long run. He just couldn't catch up to it. And Charlie Scott has a nice opportunity here to make some noise for AC Flora.
Yeah, pinch run for
probably interesting. I'm gonna assume he's all right, but a pitch runner coming in, that looks to be number 5, our usual pitch runner, Scott Graham.
Now batting for the Falcons.
Why not? You just look for a little more speed.
Scott. Courtesy runner at second base for the Birds, number 5, Scott Graham.
Scott Graham's one of the smarter runners here for AC Flora. Doesn't make too many chances, and I guess Coach Hallett was, I mean, I don't want to bring it up, but probably thinking about the ending of the last game. Well, Charlie Scott, hopefully it doesn't matter, as Charlie Scott will dig in. He's looking for a big RBI here that'll increase the Falcon lead. Righty on righty, first pitch just gets the outside part of the zone for strike one.
Whatever.
So I have a bad view for people who are joining me from the low country. I'm on the left side of the plate, kind of even left the right-handed batter's box. So I can usually tell by Jeff's reaction whether it's a strike or a ball, and I got my indication right there. 0-1. Gordon will come home. The pitch in the other batter's box. It's low. That ball outside now. Third on a third. It gets out of the hands. It was a bad read from Graham. As I said, he doesn't take too many chances. That wasn't the best read, as that ball didn't get far enough away from Mays. But it was a high throw into third, and Edwards couldn't bring it down. So a stolen base for Scott Graham works.
Sorry, I was busy calling a strike for the ump.
Thank you, Jeff. Well, it's 1-1 here, as Scott now has an insurance run over at third here for AC Flora, looking for 13 of the year. Infield comes in, but it may not matter as a high heat fastball goes by, swinging for strike 2. So far this evening, Charlie has walked and scored one of the 2 Falcon runs, but he's also grounded out to the third baseman, Edwards. He's behind 1-2, and Gordon's trying to get out of a jam of his own. The 1-2 coming home, the pitch is spoiled back. Charlie puts it into the net, and he will stay alive. One, two, one gone. Falcons, despite getting out hit so far this evening, lead it 2-1. Looking for a big-time hit here from one of their star players, Charlie Scott. The 1-2 will come home. The pitch is skied foul. It was looked to be up, but Charlie put the barrel on and then kept himself in the empty just the way he wanted to. Well, sun is fully behind now the horizon as the darkness starts coming across Falcon Field. The lights are all on. It's 1-2, one gone here in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch coming home is way high and outside, ball 2. Is that a strike, Jeff?
Not even for the ump.
Oh, 2-2, one gone. Charlie Scott looking for an insurance run for AC Flora. It's 90 feet away in the form of Scott Graham. On deck, if it gets that far, it's Tyler Hernandez. Falcons would love him to slug one more homer here. Right now, it's still Scott at the dish. 2-2, coming home. Pitch is spoiled yet again. Fouled over the net, and we'll do it one more time. Charlie Scott battling here at the plate. He's been tallied 10 strikeouts this year, only 12 walks. Looking to keep it going. It's 2-2 here, one out. Gordon comes home, the off speed, inside and low, ball 3, filler up. Three, two, one out. Insurance run over at third. Charlie Scott will dig in. Gordon will come set, the righty. He'll come, fire home, the off speed. I'm looking, strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. After a pitch that looked a little more inside than what Luke Shalcombe threw at AC. So Myrtle Beach, it's called for strike 3, and the Falcons now have 2 gone, and the infield move back.
Number 21, Tyler Hernandez.
Shalcombe threw 2 pitches, I think a little more over the plate than that one, and they were called strike 3. Umpire rung Scott up on that one, though. And there's 2 away now for the left-handed catcher. Infield moves back to regular depth. Gordon will come home. The right-hander fires a fastball high for ball 1. So far this evening, Hernandez has a double and a strikeout. He doubled to left field back in the first and struck out looking in the third. He's ahead 1-0 here with 2 outs. Gordon comes home, that ball fouled to the net, and it's going to be 1-1. Falcons are looking to stay in this game and win it. Looking for a date with May River here on Friday. Myrtle Beach looking for that same date, except at May River. That hit hard over to the shortstop on a line. Nice play from the Goodrow. He'll throw that one in the dirt. A pick is made by Kelly, and the sign is retired. After the Falcons had a 2-out double by Roper-Wensky, a strikeout and a ground out leave an insurance run at third. Falcons lead it 2-1 going to the 6th. Welcome back here to Falcon Field. We're moving into the 6th inning here in this 2-1 lead for AC Flora. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 here for the Myrtle Beach Seahawks. The only 3 people that have not seen Shalcombe yet this evening. After the bases loaded jam, Shalcombe proceeded to get 3 straight outs and get out of it. We'll see if they can try to capitalize on some offense here. And Eagles, the right-hander with Sky, one down the left side, foul. The third baseman trying to go over and made the play. He dived. Oh my goodness, Monty Lafitte. Da-na-na-na-na-na. He overran it and then dove back for out number 1.
Objection number 5, Tanner Gaddy.
I mean,
Just going with style.
hey, style points do matter here on Definite Fiction. So the 6-hole Tanner Gaddy will step in. He's struck out not once but twice so far this evening. It's a lefty for Shalcombe. The right-hander will come home. The off-speed catches the outside part of the zone. Strike 1.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was thinking it was going to be close to the dugout, so he was trying to hustle as quick as he could to the dugout.
I thought it was going to be close to the dugout, too.
Yeah.
That one spiked in for ball 1. I mean, I thought it was going to be in the dugout, too. And so I was like, and then I saw him go back. I was like, oh, no. I mean, hey. I mean, he's showing up for his dad over there, you know?
Yeah, skills, yeah.
One of the young sophomores here in this Falcon lineup. 1 and 1 now here, 1 gone. The pitch from Shalcombe. Speed inside corner, strike 2. Nice pitch from Luke, who's starting to find his stride. The right-hander now will step off after coming set. Gaddy will step back.
Hey, remember the quick toss of the a West Columbia player in Legion Ball when they only had 9 players?
1 and 1 is muscled foul over to the left side. I will get on the
started arguing balls and strikes.
It wasn't even that bad. Like, so for those who either from the low country didn't join us for Legion, there was a game against West Columbia. First inning, it was like their 4-hole hitter. It was a borderline call. It was called a strike, and Apparently he already has some like runs at the ump earlier. The 1-2 coming home off the edge of the plate, ball 2 just outside. So he only had a couple runs with the umpire, and so what he did was he kind of started talking about it. I mean, he wasn't happy, and umpire tossed him in the first inning. So West Columbia, who only had 9 show up for the game, had to play with 8 for the rest of the game. 2-2, swinging strike 3, the curveball fools Gaddy, and there's 2 gone now. Shawcom's second strikeout. Shawcom looking like his own version of a puppet master up there. However, he's a goon nonetheless.
Now batting number 44, Nate Brown.
So there's a pitch hitter here for Myrtle Beach. Just recent call-up, Nate Prow off of JV, the freshman. He'll step in for his 4th plate appearance of his varsity career.
Yeah, Alex, that can be only one puppet master.
And don't get me wrong, he is one, but I'm saying like he's looking like one.
Yeah, you can always compare it as a puppet master, I guess.
I mean, I just said he looked like one. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not one. Don't get me wrong. Sam's one of the only on this team, but Luke did his best version of Sam right there. You know, or impersonation. Well, the young freshman's 1 for 3. It's a righty on righty here. There are 2 gone in the 6th. Shawcom will wind. He'll deal home. The off speed inside part of the plate for strike 1. Another beautiful curveball, and Shawcom is finding his off speed here as this 6th inning goes. Falcons again 2-1 lead here over the Myrtle Beach Seahawks. There's 2 gone, nobody on, 0-1. Shawcom will come home with it. The fastball right down Broadway, strike 2. Make no mistake about that one. It was strike number 2, and Shawcom trying to follow up what was an eventful last inning with a 1-2-3 in it. The 0-2 comes home, pitch inside, ball 1. And brushed Prowl off the plate. So he'll get another pitch here. Prowl's reached base 2 of his 4 plate appearances. He has got 1 hit and 1 hit by pitch. He got his hit against Lada. He now calls time and will step out. Falcons looking to trying to can stay in the playoffs here for Andy Howlett in his 27th season. Coach Howlett started in 1998, has 7 state titles. Shawcom comes home, the 1-2 is spiked. It's 2-2. Coach Howlett, one of the most historic coaches in the state. 72% win percentage, but this may be his earliest exit of the playoffs if they lose this one. Shawcom is tied with Prowl. It's 2-2 here with 2 gone. He comes set and will fire home. The pitch will bounce in yet again, so Prowl will work the full count. And Prowl has yet to walk so far in his varsity career. He's worked the count full. It's 3-2, 2 outs. Top of the 6th. Falcons lead it by 1. Trying to keep it there. Shawcom. Lagoon will fire home the 3-2 right down Broadway, strike 3. After Shawcom theatrics his way out of the 5th, it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for AC Flora, and they will carry their 1-run lead into the 7th. However, it may not be 1 run. We'll see if that offense can add to it in the bottom half.
Yes.
Welcome back here to the Midlands. It's a 2-1 lead for AC Flora after a 3 down inning from Luke Shankum, aka the Goon, here on Definite Fiction. The Falcons are going to look to try to give him some run support and give Sam McCutcheon another win on the year. It's going to be 4, 5, and 6. The right-hander Rents Best will step in and watch a strike catch the outside part of the zone. Well, back out from Wars, the right-handed Addison Gordon. Gordon took over for Wells back in the 4th inning, where he's yet to allow a run so far. He's left a runner stranded at 3rd and at 1st. We'll see if he could keep the Falcons off the board and get this game to the 7th with no blood. It's 0-1 in this right-handed matchup, but that ball is sliced down the right field line. Going over to the fence is the first baseman, Kelly, who runs out of room. It's out of play. Well, so far this game, Rents has laid down a suicide squeeze back in the 1st, and he's flown out to the left fielder back in the 3rd. Rents, one of the most experienced Falcons, has 1 homer and 15 RBIs this year. He's trying to get them going here in the 6th. The right-hander will come home. The pitch high and outside. It's ball 1. Rents over his last 5 games coming into tonight is 6 for 11. He's now 6 for 12 over those games with 2 RBIs and 3 walks. One of the best Falcons at the dish. It's 1-2 here. The pitch low, off speed, ball 2. That one was around the shins of Rents, and it will stay off the dirt. 2-2 the count. Bottom 6th. Nobody gone. Rents with that white arm sleeve standing in at the plate. Gordon will come home. The pitch is fouled back to the right side over the netting, and we'll do it one more time. Myrtle Beach, after losing their first game to Lucy Beckham, trying to come here to Falcon Field and pull off the 2nd straight upset here against AC Flora. The 2-2 inside curveball will stay inside, almost hints best, and it will fill her up. On Monday, what I'm referring to is the York Cougars came and pulled the upset. An at-large bid from the upstate came in and won here, 8-4. Falcons trying to avoid their 2nd straight upset and move on to Friday. The full count pitch coming home. Fastball right down Broadway, maybe a touch low, but it's strike 3 as Bentz watched it go by. Well, Zach Sneed will step back up. Sneed has struck out and grounded out so far in this game. And it looks like it'll finally be Gordon's time to start his 2nd go-around. The right-hander on the mound will get the left-hander at the dish one more time here after he fell behind 3-1. He struck him out. First pitch off speed, outside, strike 1. Well, Zach's been battling back from injury all year, and he's been a mainstay at DH in the lineup. Falcons looking for him to get in his groove, because when he's getting his groove, I mean, he's hot. He hit 353 last year as a sophomore. Off speeds outside against the lefty. It's now 1-1. Zach's one of the best 3rd base prospects here in the state of South Carolina for the junior class. He hasn't been playing 3rd base this year, but he's trying to get his bat going. 1-1, the pitch coming home, off speed outside. Again, Zach is starting to get his bat going. He's hitting 250 over these last 5 games, but again, trying to just keep this offense as hot as they've been. 2-1, 1 gone. The right-hander will come home. The pitch, that's high in the air towards us.
Oh, crap.
That one will stay in the field of play. I thought that was coming over the net. The catcher, Mays, actually had a read on it, but he dropped it.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to protect my camera.
I thought it was coming right at me. I actually got up and moved out of the way.
Did you really?
I mean,
you got to catch it. If it comes back here.
Yeah, there's no shot. I haven't played baseball in 4 years. There's no shot at making that. I was not a catcher, so I cannot cannot say with confirmation I was making that play. Well, after that was a straight-up foul that was dropped by Mays behind the dish. It's 2-2 here for the lefty at the plate. Gordon will fire high. It's now ball 3, and for the 2nd straight time, it's a full count here. 3-2, 1 out this time. Nobody on here in the bottom of the 6th. Falcons lead it 2-1. They're at the plate right now, and Zach Sneed trying to put himself on first. The full count is way inside for ball 4. It almost hit Sneed. And for the 11th time this year, Zach Sneed will take first via the walk. Looks like a courtesy runner will be coming in for Zach.
This is his first courtesy runner, right?
Or maybe a pitch runner, rather.
Pitch runner, yeah.
Yes, but I'm not sure who that is. I think it's going to be Matt Scott over at first, if I'm not mistaken. As now a mound visit here for Addison Gordon, who's been pretty solid all game. I mean, he's a one-out double that did not come to pass back last inning.
Yeah. Is that 63 pitches, and that could, for a lot of pitchers, it's getting to the point where
it could. Now, I'm not really sure what's going to happen here, but it would be. There's been no one warming up in the bullpen for the Seahawks, so it'd be a pitcher from the field to come out. That is Matt Scott over at first for Sneed. Be the third courtesy runner the Falcons use this game. They're going to keep Gordon on the mound, as Jeff said. Pitch count's getting up here for a reliever. However, Gordon, who's making his 8th appearance, has maybe not had one better than this one. Well, there's one down here in the top or the bottom of the 6th. Runner over at first, and now Jack Chetwood comes back to the plate. Jack has reached both times, but has not swung the bat on either of them. He's been hit and walked so far this evening. Scott will now be looked back to first as Gordon is keeping the clothesline on. Scott has tried one stolen base this year, and he's been thrown out once, so looks like the Falcons have him in motion here. No, he does not. Jack tries the drag bump, but it's low. He pulls it back. It's ball 1.
Check your pockets. There's a set of car keys that have been found, and they're at the concession stand.
It's not my pot keys, Jeff. It's not my keys.
Okay,
I got my keys. Don't worry. I haven't lost them quite yet. We're going to move the second baseman, Neagles, over into the hole. Keep the shortstop up the middle here against the righty. It's 1-0, and it's high above Chetwood. Ball 2. Again, there's no one over in the Beach bullpen, so if there's a new pitcher for these Seahawks, it would have to be from the field if they pull Gordon. Righty on righty, 2-0. Gordon will come home. That pitch right down Broadway. Nice glove from Edwards, the third baseman. Long run from Neagles to make the cover for out number 1, and a tough play for Chetwood. Edwards kind of just put his glove down there on a hope and a prayer and made the play. Flips it to second for out 2, and the Falcons, after what could have been a very good inning, are now down to 2 down.
Now batting number 29, Evan Smith.
So Evan Smith will now dig in. Evan has been struggling at the plate. However, this is the biggest time for the kid to make a move. One of the few seniors on this team. He hits 275 coming into the night. Runner goes first. Pitch is Chetwood. That ball away. A nice pitch for Chetwood to run on, and it works. He now has stolen base number 11. He's only one behind the team leader, Charlie Scott. Well, when Evan's hot, he's hot. He's been hot for the Legion team and hot for this year. For the Legion, he hit 354 against the state's best competition. Last year, he hit 341. He's ahead 1-0. The righty watches one stay up in the zone for ball 2 on the letters. Smith is ahead.
Big-time athlete. You want him in spots like this.
Oh, this is where he thrives. Evan has multiple walk-offs, including 2 for the Legion team. He has, I think, 1 for AC Flora. He's ahead 2-0 here. He comes home, Gordon, and is fouled back over the net. Now 2-1. So Evan entered for Paul Choate back in the 5th inning. He came into center field, moving Charlie Scott over to right. The count is 2-1, 2 gone. Evan Smith has 9 RBIs, just trying to continue that and get double digits, but he takes a fastball up around the letters yet again. Now it's 3-1 here. Well, one more walk, Evan will move into the double-digit club here for AC Flora. He's sitting at 9 so far this year. The right-handed senior digs in against the right-handed senior on the bump. 3-1. Chetwood at second. Insurance run for AC Flora. Gordon comes home. That's low and away, ball 4. And Evan Smith draws a 5-pitch walk. And the Falcons will bring up Monty Lafitte.
batting for the Falcons, number 32, Monty Lafitte.
Well, Monty Lafitte will now dig in here with 2 on and 2 out in the bottom of the 6th. Evan Smith will stay in to run at first. Jack Chetwood over at second. Monty Lafitte, who has 7 RBIs here so far this season, would love to get some more. First pitch, off speed, low, ball 1. And as you said, Jeff, Gordon, his pitch count's up there, and now he's starting to kind of maybe show the effects. He's walked 2 of the last 3 batters, and
it's up over 70, 72.
Yeah, 70-ish, and he's walked the last 2, and the only one he didn't walk was a ball that very well could have found the wall. So Gordon, the right-hander, comes home. That pitch hard to the shortstop, Goodrow. He'll play back, flip to second, and it's outside, is retired. Well, the Falcons threaten in the 6th, but they leave 2 on base. They'll take a 1-run lead into the 7th inning, looking to stay alive here in the playoffs. Myrtle Beach needs 1 to tie and 2 to take the lead. We're going to 7. Comes down to this. Falcons lead it 2-1. They're trying to keep it there, and Ryan Harrelson will come on for his 9th appearance of the year, looking for his 2nd save. He will get 8, 9, and 1 here for the Beach, who are trying to keep their playoffs run, their season alive, rather. Harrelson, first pitch, strike 1, looking, the right-hander with that sidearmish motion finds the outside part of the zone. It's 0-1 here against Rick Hussey. Hussey has a single and a fly out so far, and he softly chomps that one back to the mound. Harrelson will come off, have to fire to first. It's a dart for out number 1, and the Falcons 2 outs away from taking this game. The Beach are down to their final 2 outs of their season.
Up next, number 26, Julio Delphin.
Well, I can barely talk about those 2 people before the first out happened, but Harrelson, he's been solid as a reliever. A 1.23 ERA with 12 strikeouts, or now 11, excuse me, over 11 in the 3rd inning. And now a quick switch after the known bunter, Julio Delphin, will step in. They're going to move Chetwood over to short, or third. Chetwood is the quicker of the 2 between him and Lafitte. Righty on righty, Delphin shows Bunny, pumps that one in the air just out of the reach of the catcher Hernandez, who popped up quickly to try to make the play. Well, Delphin, he's bunt back to the pitcher back in the 3rd, and he actually walked in the 5th. He was left stranded at 3rd. The young 8th grader trying to get on, and when he'd represent the tying run if he did get on the base paths. It's 0-1. He'll swing the bat. The pitch, low and away, ball 1. Earl Harrelson is one of the 2 seniors we have at reliever for AC Flora. Him and Hank Collins are 2 of the go-to men out of the pen, and Harrelson has been, as I said, solid. The last time we saw him was last Wednesday against Greenville. The 1-1, strike 2 on the outside part of the zone. Nice pitch from Harrelson. Delphin watched it. Harrelson got the win against Greenville after a walk-off from Tyler Hernandez finished the game. He pitched 1 inning, gave up no earned runs against the Red Raiders. He was the 9th inning man. Now, Chetwood and Lafitte switch back, so Lafitte back at third as the count's 1-2. Delphin will swing, the pitch off speed just outside, ball 2. Nice pitch from Harrelson, a better eye from Delphin, keeps him in the AB. It's 2-2, 1 gone. Righty on righty, Harrelson, he'll wind, he'll deal home, that softly back to Harrelson again. He'll take it, jog over, and there's 2 away. The Beach are down to their final out of their season.
He made that scoop look really easy.
He did. That was not. I think that ran up on him a little quicker than he wanted to, but
yeah.
Well, it'll come down to Gibson Goodrow. Goodrow's reached base twice off of 2 singles, but he's also struck out swinging. The junior will dig into the left-handed batter's box against the right-hander for AC Flora. First pitch from Harrelson. The first pitch grounded softly, foul ball. Goes over to the Falcon dugout on the right side. Goodrow trying to hit that off speed, but couldn't find it. Well, the winner of this game will play May River. Falcons will host them. If Myrtle Beach found a way to come back, well, I wouldn't say found a way, but they can easily do it, but they can come back and win this one. They will go to May River. Goodrow will dig back in, righty versus lefty. Harrelson on the mound, comes home, the pitch off speed, just a bit outside. Ball 1. Nice eye from Goodrow, that didn't miss by much. If Gibson gets on the base pass, I said watch out. He's a stolen base machine. The 1-1 coming home, the off speed's low, ball 2. Goodrow got all the way around to third and scored the only run here for the Seahawks. Back in the third, he got to third off of that throwing error when he tried to pick him off from McCutcheon. And he scored via an RBI single from Gordon. The 2-1 coming home, that one's taken to left side. That's gonna get down to left field for a base hit. It may be extra bases. Given the windmill, Rich Best has a cannon in left. The throw into second, not in time. A nice throw from Best. Was enough to get Goodrow, and the tying run is at second here for the Seahawks with 2 away. It was opposite field hitting from Goodrow, and it found a bloop spot in left. Best, who was in left center, had to make a long run to the line, and he almost threw Goodrow out a second, but it wasn't enough. Well, all of a sudden, there is now life here from Myrtle Beach, and Addison Gordon will come up. Falcons are now gonna give it. Looks like they're gonna give Harrelson something. I'm not sure.
The cleat thing.
Oh, a cleat. Oh, okay. It hasn't rained here in a couple days, but I guess Harrelson's been digging deep into that dirt and got some stuck up. So it's righty on righty. The first lefty, Harrelson saw double down the left field line. It's a shallow bloop double, but the speedy Goodrow made it look easy. And now, with the right-hander at the box, we may see Goodrow try to take third. He has 16 stolen bases. First pitch, though, is low. Ball 1. Gordon watched it. The Seahawks tying run is over at second. The Falcons lead it by 1. It's a 2-1 lead, top of the 7th. It's righty versus righty, 1-0 count here with 2 gone against Addison Gordon. Harrelson will come home. The pitch is chopped down the left field line. Foul just left of the line. Looked like the feet was running on hard trying to throw out Gordon, but no avail. It's 1-1 now the count. The right-hander will step back in. Harrelson's hasn't moved since that ball went foul. He's on the bump, and he comes set. Looking back, Goodwin. He'll run, he'll deal, and it's fouled back, and the Beach are down to their last strike. Goodrow's at second, excuse me, but either way, Myrtle Beach down to their last strike. It's 1 and 2 with 2 outs. Gordon has the only RBI here for the Myrtle Beach Seahawks. He had a single to left back in the third. He's also flown out to right and struck out looking. It's 1 and 2, 2 gone. Harrelson looking for a second save on the bump. He'll come set. And now he'll look back the runner at second, but Goodrow gets back in safely. A bigger lead for Goodrow. Harrelson sort of looked him back, but was not really a cover man, so he didn't throw it over. Now called time from Gordon. He'll step out of the right-handed box and kind of think it over real quick before he steps back in. 1 and 2. Harrelson comes home the pitch, swinging strike 3. Save number 2 for Ryan Harrelson, and the Falcons eliminate the Seahawks by a final score of 2-1. In the famous words in the Red Sox Yankee series, we will see you Friday night. The Falcons survive after 2 runs off of 2 sacrifice squeezes. Eliminate Myrtle Beach after a pitcher's duel on the mound from both McCutcheon, Shalcombe, Harrelson, and for the Beach, Wells and Gordon.
If we play May River, the game will be here at Falcon Field on Friday night.
That's a baseball game right there.
That was a heck of a game. McCutcheon.
2-1, jeez.
McCutcheon gets his 5th win of the season. Harrelson grabs his 2nd save. Wells will now, on the mound, drop to 3 and 1 as their 2024 season ends with a trip to the Midlands.
Yeah, I mean, all 5 pitchers pitched really well.
It was a great showing of pitchers for AC Flora. And what was Harrelson's pitch count at? Because that's the important thing.
15.
That's
Should
really
be fine.
should be, yeah.
Pitch
So I think
tomorrow,
it's
right?
yeah. So yeah, he's 25. Yeah, the pitch count for Falcon fans, it's 25. That would over 25 keeps you a day. So
we'll have everyone except for
everyone. So Sam can't pitch. Yeah.
Available for Friday.
Sam can't pitch, but everyone else can. I'd have to imagine Sparky Carter Harrington will don the bump in the 2nd elimination game of the week for AC Flora. So looking over, I'm assuming it's Lucy Beckham. I mean, they were up 6-1 going to the 7th. So I mean, or not Lucy Beckham, North Myrtle.
No.
I would have to assume North Myrtle also took that one.
Okay. So we get the
Yeah, they won
loser of
5-1.
that, then the loser of the.
We would
Because there's another loser's bracket game tonight, right?
So yes.
And they
so
play the loser of the Lucy Beckham game.
let me yes. So
Okay.
they play the loser of the Lucy Beckham game, and then I'm trying to see. I think then the winners of those 2 would play, and then the loser, and then the winner of that will play the loser of what would
the
be
winner's
North.
bracket
Yes.
game. Yep. Okay.
So Falcons would play. Falcons would have to win Friday, and then they play the. If they won Friday, then they play the winner of the other side of the losers bracket, which I don't know exactly yet. We have to look more into that. Do a lot more digging than I did. Well, it's all more real time digging. So.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because we lost that first game. We're only going to have to go on the road like 1 time.
So the only time we'd ever have to go on the road in this is now against North Myrtle.
Yeah, but we would only have we could have had to go there twice if we had
Lost to him the first time.
lost them the first time.
Yes.
Then we go to the losers bracket, have to go back.
Well,
But this way, we either face them in the losers bracket there or in the best 2 out of 3. Or
Well, not the best 2 out of 3.
we
We
have
have
to
to
beat them
win. We'd have to beat them
twice.
twice.
Yeah.
Correct. We'd have to beat them not once but twice, and it's not going to be easy. North Myrtle is one of the best teams in the state, regardless of division. So
yeah,
not going to be an easy task, as me and Jeff are looking at it. And
but still better to only have to go there once.
Oh, I agree. I don't want to drive there. Well, I mean, I don't know. We'd have to discuss if we're going to go there because that's have to be I think a Friday maybe if we get there.
If it was for the losers bracket game, because that's like during the week. That would be kind of not.
If it's for the loser
possible.
bracket, yes, but for maybe a Friday.
But if we had a chance to play 2, I mean it would be an early game. It would be like a 5 o'clock game. because the possibility of playing a second game.
I mean, I'm off.
But it doesn't matter. We have to play on Friday first.
Depends on yeah, correct.
And then we have to play on
we
Monday.
got to win a lot more games before we can make that distinction. But
Yeah.
started right now. That was an impressive win. Again, all pitchers pitched really well. I mean, Luke Schalkum showing nerves of nerves of steel, ice in his veins, if you will. Got out of that base loaded jam, and Falcons able to stay alive.
Yeah. Awesome. All right.
That'll do it.
See you Friday.
See you Friday.